for the final collections. There are 3-piece collections from the final 4. We're going to present them as a set. So we have the 3 pieces from Tracy Perer. We have, here I have Vivian, which is knit in Shuffles Aberbola. It's a beautiful sleeve. The sleeve is really the part here that we really fixated on. She did mitering and shaping, and you can actually move the buckles on top, which are also from Jewel. You can make them closer in if you want a little more coziness. She did mitered squares on the bottom and manipulated the yarn to get exactly the gradient that she wanted. It's gorgeous, it's rich, and it's really different. Selma was made with Haiku Kenzie with Shulana Kitseda. She double-stranded it, as she did with her Bravura, which was a winning piece. And the Kitseda just changes the color of the Kenzie. And on the sleeves, it's actually single-stranded, so you don't have bulk all over. It's really well thought out. She included a belt, which you can use to manipulate the shape. And the collar can be opened and worn splayed. There's also, if you lift the sides, we can see that the sides are actually a tabard, little kind of attached piece. So you don't have lots and lots of fabric. It's almost a cape. I mean, it's really interesting. Chloe is made with art felt, and Tracy brought a little flip book for us to see how to make this. She makes it with strips that are molded over a roll of paper towel roll, so you use that to felt onto. And it's really a really cool way of doing millinery, and you get this really fantastic turn-up rim. It's also very solid felt. Art felt is great because you can manipulate it to be a gauzy, flowy, soft fabric, or you can have a firm hat fabric that would repel water and all the elements. So Tracy's collection is named after strong women. They're actually named after the mannequins that keep her company while she's designing. So this is Tracy Perer's collection. John Rave is up next, and he had to help me with the pronunciation of the names in his collection, so I hope I don't screw them up. Nagari is the name of his collection, which means flow, and the first piece is called Yorokubi, and it's knit with Zitron Filisilk. Now, Zitron Filisilk is a solid color yarn. It doesn't come in striping colors, which means that he put together this stripe sequence unique to him, and it is absolutely beautiful. He also changed texture. There's Phil Royal as well, so you get a matte, shiny contrast, and then light, cool. It's really amazing. He's also doing something where if you can see the texture at the top, it's stockinette here, but garter other places, and at the cuff as well. So you get a lot of shaping that's subtle, but very, very masterfully done. And his edging at the bottom is a really interesting thing as well that you'll have to watch the judging to hear about. The back detail on this is really stunning, and you could actually leave the bottom undone if you wanted to have more of an A-line tunic shape. Megumi is also knit with Filisilk from Zitron and Shulana Kitseda. They were actually required to re-knit something that they had knit before. Actually, never mind. We'll explain that later. Megumi is a cardigan that's actually the stitch pattern he came up with himself. And I almost like this one reversible. They're both beautiful and very, very different. The color change comes from this Kitseda Jubilee, which changes colors on its own. And the other one is solid color, I believe, the Filisilk. It's a cardigan that's knit on the bias, so John's explanation for this one was kind of mind-blowing, and I would like to see this piece knit in an entire gown, sort of like his art felt gown, because it's curve-hugging and the sizing is really interesting, very adaptable and very flattering. Bunha-izan, sorry, is made with art felt, and it's really masterful. He manipulated, as you can see, there's a transparency to it. You can see he used Nuno felting techniques to get a very interesting motif on the front there, and he also embellished with stitching. So if you look at it up close, it almost looks like an antique piece you would find in a museum. And towards the edges, it gets a little more solid, a little more opaque, and just really captures the theme of his collection. He also made another piece that's really impressive that maybe he has with him today. Maybe we'll show off. Looks like sea urchin. His entire collection was very refreshing and just gave us a lot to think about. So thank you, John Rabbit. I should note these are in no particular order. Next up we have have Lauren Riker's collection, and she was inspired by luminance and radiance, losing my words, and she used yarns that sparkle. She used Giuliana Kidseta Luxe with this first garment, Stardust, and there's also beaded elements in there. So this dress is actually reversible. You can choose to have the neckline higher in the back or lower in the front, or switch it around if you'd like to have a scoop neck in the back or front. It's also, there's a subtle pinstripe with a bit of a pearl detail. You can kind of see those. And it's just light as a feather. She used only 4 balls of the Kidseta for this size. Is that right? 4 balls? Yeah. That's 100 grams of kid mohair, and the little beaded elements are just here and there. The yarn is sparkling on its own too. There's a glittering thread that comes with that. Luminous is made with Zitron Silk and Giuliana Kidseta, and that is the second garment here. The hood is convertible. Lauren is sort of a master with hoods and cowls, so she knows exactly what proportions they need to be to function well and to look really dramatic and drapey and not feel like too much fabric. You can actually put that over your shoulders as a shoulder warmer, so you can wear it up as a hood or down around your neck, or yes, as a shoulder warmer. That looks like a whole separate piece, but it's attached. It's not going to go anywhere. And you can kind of see she has a diamond pattern that gets a little bit smaller at the top but larger on the bottom, so it's a fun little texture play there. And that's called Luminous, if I didn't say that. Next up we have the Moondrop Felted Purse made with art felt, so you can probably see that they had to do something in art felt, it had to be an accessory, and it had to be something that we could kit up and sell as a kit. So this is a purse that she made with a pattern piece, and she made the felt and she'll include the pattern piece. And you can embellish with a brooch or something that you have in your own collection, or have fun shopping for it. And the handle is actually made with braided pencil roving that's then been felted. So it coordinates with her collection. Perfect proportions to it. It holds just enough. So this is Lauren Riker's collection. Next up we have Terry Rosenal. And it is a 3-piece collection as well. We have the Yona sweater coat, I think. It's Jana, I don't know where Terry is. Sorry, I'm going to assume it's silent. Yona, it's Finnish. So this collection was inspired by her Finnish students. And the Yona sweater coat is knit with haiku simply worsted. It is, I believe, 4 colors there, very bold choices, and she has a skinny sort of saddle effect at the top that sort of defines the line. Really fun, and she made her own buttons. Terry is really good at making findings and fastenings. If she doesn't find the ones she loves, she'll make her own. And we loved this piece for its graphic boldness. Nice and cozy, and there's pockets as well. Everyone loves pockets in a garment, so. The Nina Day dress is knit with Zitron Unisono and Giuliana Kidseta. There's a detached hood that you can wear with it or choose to wear on its own or by itself. It has a bit of a Mad Men appeal, as she said. And the bottom, you can sort of see the motif from the top is carried down to the bottom but with texture. So you can see it changes from the mohair to just the Unisono merino, nice and smooth, and then into a fuzzy. So you get the motif all the way through. And it's a really flattering shape. It's got a sort of optical illusion effect. Very cute. Taya, is that how I say it? Okay, Taya crop wrap jacket is made with art felt, and she carried this motif and colorways all the way through the collection for nice cohesion. You can wear this many different ways. Terry's also a master of convertible garments, and you can wear your hands through the sleeves there in the back. These are all attached and detachable. The little clip in the back, these are all not from Jewel, but similar to the Jewel. You can take them off without damaging the felt and rearrange them if you like. So Terry really has fallen in love with art felt. You'll have to come and see some of her other pieces in the booth. So that's it for the collection.